And, it's one of those things where historically, we don't have like textbooks to talk about the origins of these things. They do their best to kind of go back to sort of the starting point of these things, but it doesn't mean it wasn't there before, right? So when they sort of the earlier texts about this talk about this being a drum that was used to sort of celebrate peace, and you may have seen this drum before, like discussed, maybe even in print, as it's called a djembe, and so the drum itself was fairly localized to Western Africa for hundreds, or longer years, and it wasn't really known outside of that region until there became groups that began to tour the world, in doing African ballet, which looks very different than the ballet that we're maybe accustomed to seeing, with the frilly dresses and things like this. In my opinion, it's much more exciting to observe and experience. But those groups begin to tour across Europe and internationally. With sort of the affiliation with ballet, some groups changed the spelling of this drum. So in the sort of earliest iterations, it was spelled with a J in the front, J-E-M-B-E. And then when it got to the more sort of the French connotations, you see a D in front of it that's silent, D-J-E-M-B-E. So enough history lesson on this one. The drum itself was a solo instrument, played in ensembles. It had a lot of other drums around there. And it was the one drum that was used to sort of lead the ensemble, play the solos, and kind of guide them from section to section. And there's a lot of very sort of intricate polyrhythmic type things and interplay that happens sort of rhythmically, sort of with the rest of the people who play along with them, that are very traditional, but that's a lot to teach all of you in 10 minutes that I'm going to get with you today. So since we live in a world that you may have heard the term postmodern, the drum has been incorporated into sort of modern commercial styles of music very often. And we play it in ways that are sort of in every kind of music, right? You can hear this drum. So there's three basic tones that are produced with the hands. And this is sort of a hand drum, so the family of percussion instruments that it fits inside of. And so the one is because of its shape, it has a wonderfully resonant bass tone that's produced by the fat of the hand just off center of the drum, right? And a lot of these tones can be replicated even on like tabletops, right? Right, just with that sort of meat of your hand, right? And then when you move to this part of your hand here, you get what they call the open tone. And just with those two. Which are fairly simple to reproduce. The third tone that is largely in use, and there's variations on all these, is the slap tone. And that's the one that takes sort of the most momentum and strikes the drum as the hand, the tips of the fingertips hit the drum itself. And it doesn't hurt, it looks like I'm hitting it really hard, but not. Right, so these three tones from sort of low to high develop the bass, the open, and the slap tones. That sort of modern, sort of pop style that we're kind of used to today, right? Like we might hear in sort of like modern types of music, right? Right? So, but the djembe itself wouldn't be the instrument in its ensemble that would be carrying that rhythm, right, for everybody to dance along to. So kind of thinking about the room itself, right? I mean, you guys need to support me, right? You do. I can't do this myself, right? And show you what the drum does. So I need somebody, at least a group of people, to help me out a little bit, right? So if you're capable of making a fist, help me out. And some people, can you get this? Anybody? Right? Right? So this is some group of people, right? Without me. Right? This is the group, right? You got it. So some other people keep the original. Or if you're that good, if you're that good, right? Right? Is that possible?